Good morning, everybody. I am Vincent Meza. This is Listings to Leads, and it's time to get started. And let me know, this is obviously a class for our new clients, but also a lot of our long-term clients get back on and see what's new. And we definitely have some things that are new, and I want to introduce you to them. But also, let me know in the chat panel how long you've been with us. If you have some idea of what you don't know, some percentage you feel like you really have your arms around this or not, let me know, because I want to make sure we get you in a good place where you're off and running. So before we get into the system, just a little high level situation. We've been doing this for 15 years. We're designed to help realtors advertise, help them build their brand, help them get buyer leads, and help them get seller leads. Okay. And we do that with print. We do that with online ads on Facebook, Instagram, and Google. And we do that with free social media auto posting. And we also have flyers that if you've got a big database of people and they're sitting in a CRM, we give you a whole bunch of flyers, like a year's worth of content, that the flyers actually capture lead. They're sitting in a CRM. You hopefully got a drip campaign going on them. And even if you do, they're usually not that effective. Our flyers actually have call to actions that they can click on and get valuable information, as long as they give you their contact info. So that's really what we're on about. We're here to share information about real estate for buyers or for sellers. And we'll do that if they're giving you their contact in that shell. So there's a lot to the system. We're going to go fast once we dive into it, but I do want to point out a few resources for you. There's Get Started. Scott's doing a pretty interesting class on social media database, deep kind of building your farm. And he's talking about a daily task. I'm going to show you where that is, and we'll look at that. Let's see. I just had a thing pop up here, so I need to not be disturbed for a bit. I'm going to show you where that is. I think that's very useful. I do a class for lenders. I do a class for top tools to get more listings. If you need more listings, you absolutely want to watch this. And I do another class on Facebook and Google ads. I'm going to talk about something. I just had a phone call 15 minutes ago, right when I was about to get on this call. And there's a lady who has an account with us, and she needs to get her home sold. And so I showed her the fastest way to do that. So we're going to go look at that live account in just a minute. This is all on leadgenwebinars.com. I'm going to send this to you. This is if your schedule works with ours, right? And Tonica's been here 2 months. Okay. Anna's been here for years and doesn't know much. I'm sorry to hear about that. And Amanda, brand new, welcome. Good. Let's get you to a place where you all can be using this and getting value and business out. Okay. So I'm going to close Lead Gen Webinars. I think I've sent that to everybody. It might be blinking. Now, we record every call that we do, and they are all right here on this page. So I'm going to send this page to everybody as well, if I can find that spot in the chat panel. Oh yeah, one more thing. I think it's in questions. Yeah. So I'm going to send this link to everybody, and I definitely want everybody to save this. This is so Scott does a lot of classes. I mentioned I do a lot of classes, and there is this is just a powerhouse, this page right here. And Scott did a class or a short video, 5 minutes on open house marketing. You remember I mentioned that there's Facebook and Google class. So that's a deep call on that one. Get listings and buyers, geo-farming, all of these aspects. As I said, I do top tools for more listings here. If you want more listings in your business, I highly recommend you watch maybe 2 or 3 of those. I say pretty much the same thing, like 75%, but there's a point where I actually go down something that's relevant or new. And that's why you need to watch a few, because if you can really get your arms around the ways of getting more listings, and honestly, if you just chose 5 of the ways, your business would grow. But there are more. And so I cover them on that class, and it gets pretty in depth. And then I also talk about Facebook and Google somewhere. Oh, that's there. And then Get Started, right? Here's Get Started right here. So today we're going to get back. We're back on Get Started. But Scott's got a lot of other classes here. I highly recommend like expired listings. What do you do with expired? We have tools to help you in all of these areas, and you definitely want to take advantage of. So that's there. And yeah, so definitely get involved on this page. I also want to point out the homepage because some of us learn from others, right? If you hear me and Scott talk, I'm sure we get boring. That's right. But if you go over here, you'll see our reviews, and these are video reviews coming from our agents. And I think this can be very helpful because they're telling you what they've done to earn more, to get more leads and get more business. So there's a lot of reviews there. There's also something that is awesome. And maybe you can ask, let's see if I can get this. Actually, I'm going to send this to you. So Scott is doing something finally we've been talking about for years. So YouTube has YouTube Shorts now, right? And a lot of agents like to be on YouTube. And what a lot of agents don't like, though, I'm sending this link to you. Please open this up and save it, okay? A lot of agents, they don't want to watch my 1 hour videos. They don't want to sit on this 1 hour class. And I get it, right? We're all busy. We're all ADD. And so that's not, 1 hour is not going to work. These are 1 minute videos in our shorts. And what Scott is doing is taking the feedback we're getting inside of the mastermind group and inside of our success pages, because a lot of people say, hey, I just did something and I got all these results. He'll tell you what they did and he'll show you how they did it. So if you want to see things in bite sizes, this page here is really awesome. It's on the front page of our YouTube. You should have a link to it. I don't know if that's going to work to save it, but I would definitely be checking out those shorts. If you're on YouTube, you'll probably see them. Follow Listings to Leads and you'll see them as they pop up. I think 1 minute videos is awesome. That's YouTube. I will leave this one over here. And I think the other great resource is our mastermind group. Okay. And this is a private group on Facebook. If you are a client, you need to go into your account and ask on the support page and ask them to get you in here. This is where Scott and I talk about what's going on, but honestly, this is also where our clients talk about what's going on. This lady here says, hey, this is my listing I picked up from L to L. We received and accepted an offer 1 day after going on market. Now I need to find the seller a new home. She wasn't expecting to move so fast. Right? So this is in Arizona. Actually, if you look up this lady's name, Angie Diaz Melanchi, she was just in the group just a week or two ago saying, hey, I got listings and doing this and that. This might actually be that listing, but she shares a lot of information of what she did. And then this lady is saying, hey, I did something and it didn't quite work out the way I wanted. And really what's going on is the photos didn't flow in. Might be she has a sticky browser. Questions come up. A lot of people are sharing what they're doing with our system. And so there's a lot here. Get in this group, scan it for 5 or 10 minutes a week. Not a lot. You're going to see a lot of stuff here. I'll bring us back to this. This is definitely, there's some important stuff that we need to look at here. Now, another important thing in this GoToMeeting chat panel is a section that says handouts. And I definitely want you to look at both of them, open them up right now and print them. Okay. If you're on this call and watching it from a phone or you're watching it from a recording, email me at Vince@ListingsToLeads and ask me for these and I'll send them to you. I'm going to just go through them real quickly because I have classes dedicated. One is dedicated on Facebook and Google. So this is the outline that I speak to. It says connect your Facebook ad account, get your branding. So any lead we're capturing anywhere in the platform, we're only sending leads to you. If you use the tool, you capture the lead, it only goes to you. We're not selling it to 3 agents at once. None of that nonsense. Early stage ads on listings get like just listed, open house, active. They get buyer leads. Later stage ads, they get seller lead. We have PDF guides that can get both buyer and seller leads. I'm going to show you what one of those looks like right now, or just a couple minutes. And then you can do custom landing pages, things like that. And then there's Google, more expensive leads, high quality leads. That's why they're more expensive. And we make it 2 clicks to be on either of those platforms. So let me know if you can in the chat panel, have you run ads on Facebook? Yes or no? And have you run ads on Google? Yes or no? Now, the last page I'm asking you to print, and I want you to print both of these and have them on your desk because I think you're going to need more listings going forward if you're going to stay in real estate. Number one, mail out the nearby homeowner letter. You're going to see that. I'm going to show that to you. It's our number one tool, high quality listing leads. Run Facebook ads on later stage properties, just like I said on the previous page. Create a home valuation page for every farm market that's important to you, and then run ads on Facebook and Google with it, right? There's some things to mail, like just sold postcards, there are seller PDF guides, and there are e-flyers. This one here, I want to point out, this was advanced. When I created this is about a year ago. And in advance, I'd say upload a custom audience to Facebook for better targeting. And honestly, to me, that's like, that used to be advanced. That is like, you must do that now. And what that means is there are companies out there that are selling lists of homeowners with equity. So let's say you live in Tampa and you want to build more listings in Tampa. You can use our tools and randomly shoot out there. But if you had a list of homeowners that you bought from a company like ArchAgent or listsource.com or RedX or Remine or Cole Resource, you would know, hey, these people have 6 years equity or 5 years equity. And our clients have been doing that for a few years and we just see the value. And so I want to express that to you. Start with your first core farm market, get that list, use our print tools. You're going to see in this call that there are print tools that you can mail to those people, load it into your CRM so you can take our e-flyers and blast them out to those people, and load it into Facebook so you can target them with ads. Okay. This is a really comprehensive way of hitting that important farm market to you. So that's the resources that we've got. Let's log in. So I mentioned earlier that I just had a call with a lady just right before we started here. And so I said, we're going to look at your account. We're going to talk about her account because she had a really simple question, right? She's in Florida and she said, hey, I've got some properties that I really need to sell. Okay. And I'm not getting a lot of bites. What should I do? And I said, the first thing you should do is run an ad on Facebook, right? So let's start there and look at what's going on with the things I would recommend that everybody does. So if we go to listings, she has her listings inside the account. If you don't have listings, you can actually take this button and use My Farm Dominator and just throw a screen on homes in a certain area. So if I was thinking of Tampa, I could say Tampa homes, type in the location, which in this case would be Tampa. And I could say, I want the status that's either just listed or active. And I want it to be single family. And I want a max price of $500,000, right? Now, I'm not going to do this because this would actually pull up a list of properties and you should be able to run ads on those. And that's a fast way of getting listing leads. But we did something, I think we created an ad for this property. And what's amazing is we were talking and I don't think she made it active. That's weird. Let me show you what I was suggesting to her that we did. She has a status, and this is odd, but there's Facebook and Instagram. And the first step, when you do the wizard, it's going to connect your social media. And I said, I would take this little town in Florida out and I would put in, I think I said Hoboken, New Jersey. Now, this is not for everybody, but I know, and probably you've heard, that there are a lot of people moving from really cold winter states and cities, and they're retiring and they want to move someplace warm. And so I said, why don't you put in a couple cities like this? And it said, make an offer. And I said, change this to, what did I say? Oh, for sale. And I said, I asked her, is this close to the water? And she said, yes. And I said, put that close to the beach, right? That's a selling point. And then she said, there's not a lot of information here, right? That it's clicked off. And I said, exactly. We want people to see enough to want to click and give you their contact information, capture that lead, and then we give them more information. Now, I would also expand the radius in this sort of story, right? Maybe 40 miles. You want to throw a wide net. She left it at $35. I want to point this out. It's a 7-day ad for $35. And Facebook sets the price per lead. It's not always the same, but on average, it's $3 a lead. So if she's going to get charged $3 per lead, she can expect about 11 leads with $35. You divide 3 into 35 and there you go. I also asked her to do one more thing, which is click this button that says change image and create a carousel ad. So use the second one because that's the one we were using. And I remember I said, get one at the kitchen, maybe get one with the patio door so we can see what the layout. And I just got 4. I'll put one in the back of the last one and then click insert. And now we've got an ad that you can see. And these 2 images are almost the same. So I'm going to drag this one so that this is the last one, right? So now I click here. There's the kitchen. There's the dining room. I actually like this one more. So you can see that you can change the order of these photos so that it just flows a little bit better, right? There's the front, it says make an offer. You can see that there's a nice backyard and a patio, nice kitchen, dining room. Boom, there you go. Targeting different areas. So if this kind of is applicable to you, great. If not, just leave it with the core city, which it's going to be the city that it's in. Maybe expand the radius if you want more people to see it and create that. One more thing I would say, this $35 budget, it's just the default budget we put there. If you're dealing with a property that you really want to sell or with a property that's really pretty awesome, sometimes you have properties and they're like old and beat up and you really don't want to market them. You have to get them sold, but you're not really trying to associate your brand to that. There are times where you have some super stellar property. I would really suggest that you increase that budget to $50 or $100 because people are going to see it. More people are going to see it. They're going to realize, whoa, you're dealing with high quality listings and that's good for your brand. And of course you get more leads. So this is the listing marketing side of things. We do free social media auto posting. We put a landing page behind it. You can see here, it was posted on the 27th. Let's click and go see. And the post actually looks a lot like the ad, right? But we don't want just to be posting things that look good. If I click on those photos or if I click on this link, it takes us to a landing page that we automatically created. And so you can get free leads from this. That's why when you sign up, we say, hey, connect your social media accounts, right? And when you do that, when this hits, we're auto posting to your social media. When this page pops up, it says continue with Facebook. If anybody clicks that, we grab their name and email and deliver it to you, right? Automatically. So if you have a big audience on your social media networks, you can capture free leads. And there's a lot of you can find out your home value here. That's going to keep popping up, but that's her setting. You can also download PDF guides, which we haven't talked about yet, but if you want to download one of these for free, you just got to answer a couple questions and click continue with Facebook. And again, we grab their name and email and we deliver it to you. So remember how I was saying at the beginning of the call, this is for lead capture. That's really what this is all about, right? I see questions here. Feel free. Is this recorded, Bill? Yes, it is. And it's going to be on our YouTube channel, which I sent to everybody 15 minutes ago. I hope you have that link. So this is just part of what we're doing here, right? We're just talking about a couple of things. What are you doing in listing marketing? I want to point out this letter here, the nearby homeowner letter. This is the number one tool. I'm going to turn on this sold data button. You should always do that with your listings. And I am going to download this. This is the number one way of getting high quality listing leads that turn into listing contracts. If you remember, I said that I do a call on top tools for more listings. This is at the top of that list. It's not at the top of the list because it generates the most amount of leads. It actually generates the fewest amount of leads. But these leads are people who want to sell their home, and these turn into listings the fastest. And I'm going to give you a few examples. But it says here, hey, this home is for sale. Click here. You're going to land on that page. You know what that's about, capturing leads. But then it says, hey, 28 homes sold in Lake Worth. Here's the highest price. Click, that affects your home value. Click here to get your free home value. So this page we created for all of you. It's default in your account and it's automatically connected to almost every one of your tools. So that's cool for you, right? And so how do you take advantage of that? If you had an account with Connect Express, this is a national printer. And what they have is a national database of homeowners with equity. So you can click a button and say, send 100 pieces of this mail to people within a 1 or 2 mile radius and make sure they have more than 6 years equity. That's a really smart thing. It's automatic. It takes 2 clicks. It costs $185 to get 100 pieces of mail out. Okay. So that's, some of our clients absolutely love it. It saves them time. That is on the top of this flyer, which I asked all of you to download and print. I hope you're doing that. And I'm going to take us back to the mastermind group and show you what a few of our other clients are doing. So Pat, you see this right here? There's Pat Motley, Brian Mathewson, Dustin Fox, and Chris Winstead. If you want more listings, check out what these people have been doing for the past few years. Pat's been a client of ours, I think, for 12 years. This was last fall. Okay. And this is the nearby homeowner letter that I just showed you. I know this because she's in our mastermind group. Every time she has a new home, a new listing, she prints out 100 and she mails it to people. Every time she sells it, she flips it to sold and she mails another 100 people. She has a list. Now, she also, when she prints that 100, she flips them over and uses Microsoft Publisher and prints this on the back. Why would she do that? Because she's handwriting these pieces of paper, not even using an envelope, and she's getting it out into the market, right? Now, she's telling us in this post that she sent out 100 just listed, and she had 4 homeowners calling her for home value reports. This is the second batch, and I asked her, how did that go? How did that second batch go, right? And she said, oh, I got 3 people calling me this time and 1 person texting me. So there's 8 people who want to sell their home this year in 2024 from the work she was doing between September and December of last year. She does this every time she has a listing. And she's even got stories in the mastermind group where she says, hey, I do this in this condo unit. She's in Louisiana. And she says, every time I get a condo, I mail these things out and I get another condo for sale. So this is a great tool. It's called the Nearby Homeowner Letter. We also create postcards. If you got a sold property, use our sold postcards. All of our postcards have call to actions on the front and on the back. So I'm sure you've heard of print marketing. You just never captured leads from it. Use our designs. We have formatted for Every Door Direct, or you can use your own printer, or you can use Connect Express Copy. We also have a really great open house sign-in toolkit. There's a lot of tools. Save your open house in our platform. We're going to email you a stack of tools. You can run ads. You have free tools for social media. We auto post to social media. And this here is an online sign-in form. Ask people for their feedback. Ever since Yelp, everybody feels like their feedback is super valuable. It is super valuable. But have this on a laptop with Wi-Fi and say, hey, you know what? We would love to know how you feel about this house. If they click these buttons and give you their contact information, you can tell them you're going to get a mobile optimized website. That's just saying like the kind of technology that you have, but you're also capturing the lead and we're sending them a tool that's going to remind them about the house that they saw. Now, we also create virtual tours and put them up on YouTube. If you connect your channel, we'll put it on your channel too. And every home has its own QR code. A lot of technology. This is great, right? We also, now I mentioned earlier, we have PDF guides. There are 40 for home buyers, 40 for home sellers. You are on every page. Your logo is on every page of every one of these, and your branding color scheme is all on every. There are 40 for buyers and there are 40 for sellers. So if you don't have a listing, you could actually use these. And if I click on, let's see, how to sell a home in a changing market. If I click on marketing tool, it shows me, hey, I can run an ad on Facebook. I could run an ad on Google. You'd have to connect to Google. I can share it for free on social media. I'll show you where we can do that for free automatically. Like you don't have to do it one by one. We'll do it throughout the year. There's an e-flyer for your database. So remember when I was saying, hey, go buy a list of homeowners in your top area, go out there and copy this right up here and blast it out on your own CRM. We have call scripts. We have print flyers for that same PDF guide. And we've even got QR codes and door hangers. So there's always marketing for all of our tools, all of our assets. I'm going to skip down to landing pages. And I see there, is there a way we can upload a version of a pre-made PDF guide? Yes, Amanda, there is. Yeah. And I'll show you, let's go over here to let's see, let's go to ads. We'll come back to landing pages. And oh, she ran the ad. Cool. There it goes. So maybe she ran the ad that I had mentioned. You can see here, it's a $35 ad. It just got approved by Facebook. So that's why it's showing up. But she did run this ad before. And so we were talking about it, and I want to talk about it with you. It's the 5 dangers of overpricing. So it's designed for homeowners. And Facebook sets the price per lead. I mentioned earlier that Facebook, when you do a home that's for sale, on average, they're $3 each, the cost of a lead. That's for homes that are for sale. If you do a home that's sold, the cost per lead is around $8 each. Okay. It's not the same. It's not even going to be the same for you if you run an ad today and tomorrow. Facebook, they just change the numbers. I don't know how they're doing it, but that's what it is. It's auction-based pricing. But this PDF guide, her cost per lead, CPL, is a $16.66. She spent $50. It chewed up $49. And so that's how you read how the ad is working. Now, this one was just launched a few minutes ago, so it's not really doing a whole lot. Hopefully she'll get some leads out of that. Let's look at the questions here. Do we have a text number to give out for info? She's using our text number. We actually have Text IVR, which is a $10 add-on, and you get an automated phone number and texting. And so people they can either dial a number or they can text this number to that. And we give them instant information. You get leads with phone numbers. She signed up for that. And that's why when you see the ad, let's see if I can see it. It'll actually have the text number built in automatically, and hers did have it automatically. You don't have to use it, but a lot of our clients like it because your leads come in with phone numbers more often. That's what that's about. That's looking at the ad section. This home is in Lake Worth. And before we got off the phone, I asked her, what's your number one farm market? And this is the landing page section. And this is what I want everybody to be thinking of. You see this page right here. It says free home values. This is an instant free home value page. We use onboard infometrics to give a free home value. If somebody gives you their address and email address, they're going to see their home value, and we're going to send that to you as well. Okay. Pretty simple process. Now, if I click on marketing tools, you see all the ways we can get it out to market. We can run a Facebook ad. We can run a Google ad. We can share it to our social media. We can actually share it automatically for you on your profile. There are postcards. One of our clients, actually, you may know her name is Amanda Albright. She's a coach, and what she's telling people are signing up all the time. She says, look, she's been doing this for years. And she says, I have a landing page for my core home value, my core market. And I print up this QR code and it goes on everything I print. And it says, scan here for your free home value. And so she's now, I've got so many pieces out. I've been mailing for months and years that I'm just getting seller leads all the time. That's where you want to be. And we have that all built out for you automatically. But I do want to point out that this is the default landing page that is integrated to so many of your tools. When we were looking at the home that was, let's see here, was it here? We can see it, I think, over here. Remember earlier, we were looking at single property website and I was showing you all the lead capture. That's the page. And she lives in Florida, in the East Coast of Florida. If I were her, I would go over here to my free home value landing page and click edit. And I would change that to like a waterfront photograph. I don't know where you guys are sitting, you might want to change this background photo to something that really speaks to your market, because it's going to be integrated multiple times in your marketing. And if you want more listing leads, it's better that looks like your area instead of just the generic one we've got. So that's this page that's called free home values. But you should all come to this page, click on create landing page, and you should all click on Property Valuation Plus. That's our free instant home value. And let's go look over here where it's Lake. What is it? Can't remember the name of the town. I'm going to actually create this in her account. Lake Worth, right? So type in the name of the town that you want to really focus on. And this is why I'm saying that's why you need to buy that list of homeowners. In this case, in Lake Worth, if she had a list of homeowners with their name, email, phone number, and address, Now, as soon as we create this page, she can go in and click on changing the background photograph, right? And that, like I said, might be a waterfront picture, right? And if you click open editor, I've actually seen clients capture leads with this generic thing, but you got to think about what you're doing here. You're going to get this out in the market and they may not know even who you are. If you've got like some awesome realtor brand and everybody knows who you are, you can just lob out whatever and it should work. But if you don't, this page should it should let me know if I've never met you before in my area. And a good picture of a mall, of Main Street, of a school, of a beach that lets people know that Lake Worth, that's what you want to put here. You do it right over here on the left where it says upload image and you upload an image. Okay. And once you've done that, you can click on marketing tools. And now you remember you can run ads on Facebook, on Google, you could share it. If you bought that list and you put it in your CRM and now you have all these people from that own homes for 5 years or 6 years, you could say, hey, you know what? Homes sold in Lake Worth are in for last month, 40 homes sold, right? And the high was here. And a couple data points, copy this, blast it out in your CRM to that list of people that own homes there, right? This link here, and that's going to drive them to the landing page to get their free home value. This is going to drive them to another page that we created that has all your listings and all kinds of lead capture. So and then get your free home value. That's 3-4 different call to actions in one e-flyer. If you've got drip campaigns from your CRM, I am almost 100% you have no call to actions other than call me. Here's my headshot. You need some help, call me. And I don't know if you're aware, but people are not really that excited about calling realtors all day, but they are definitely interested in finding out what's going on in the market. And that's what our tools are doing, giving them information by just clicking and giving you their contact info. I see here. Okay. Yeah, we're good there. So everybody should get in their account and go to landing pages. Make sure your core landing page, that free home value looks like your area. And let me refresh this and make sure that you are creating landing pages for your target farm markets, like a Lake Worth. Now, we didn't have long on the phone when I was talking to, what was her name? Linda. She might have a couple of other farm markets. She probably should go here and create them for all of them. Her number one was Lake Worth. I do want to point out, you can create landing pages for iBuyer landing pages, for FSBOs, expireds. You can do custom stuff. Even if you've got a report, you could say, hey, I want to create a landing page where you can download this report for buyers or sellers for free. And then you can use Google or Facebook to drive traffic to it, right? And then there's empty nester stuff and growing family. Templated sites. You just got to choose the one you want and type in the name of the town and it will create that. If you're dealing with new construction, I want to point out, you get these automatically. But let's say new construction is big in some states, it's not in other states, but you can customize this right here. Where it says lead form text, you might actually be talking to a developer who has the name of some great development, right? Maybe you talk to that builder and say, hey, if I get you some buyers, will you pay me? And often the story is yes. So you can go get photos. You could change this background photo. You can change the text here, maybe to the name of the development. Sometimes they have, what do you call it? Incentives, right? If you see where I have a countdown counter here? What does that mean? Let's just go buy before Christmas and then say incentives, right? And what will happen? Let's go, I'll say new kitchen. I'm just showing you how you can do a lot and buy down low, right? You say high, dang. Or you can give whatever, because sometimes builders are saying, hey, we'll do this at 5% or something like that. Then choose the end time. And since it's Christmas, I'm going to put Christmas, which maybe that's the date. I don't know, something like that. And save. And what those changes I made are going to appear on this page, right? And so you can do this. There's all kinds of concepts that you can do this with. You can create your own kind of landing pages just to suit your business, right? And so once you've done this, you can click on marketing tools and you can say, hey, I want to run an ad on Facebook, or I want to run an ad on Google, or I just want to share it. You can do all that from this section here. Let's go back. Somebody asked a question. What if I have a PDF guide and I want to run an ad? I see more questions, so let's do that. What if you only have a few in your CRM? How do you get more clients? That's what we're talking about right here, Tonica. Also, what CRM do you use? When you've signed up, you should all be going to your profile, connecting your CRM. That way, when we're capturing leads, we're dropping it in. Yeah, Sierra Interactive, I think we have an API for them. So if you're looking for top ways to get buyer leads, you can run ads on homes that are for sale. Okay. Like Tonica, how long have you been an agent? And actually, I'm going to work this week on creating a new agent cheat sheet. And I'll show you where that is in just a minute here. But the fastest way to get buyer leads is by clicking on a home that's for sale and running a Facebook ad. Okay. And when I do that, this one they've already created, right? But normally you'd come here and it would look like this, and you modify it, like I said earlier, and boom, you're going to get $3 leads with name, email, and phone number. These are great. Text your leads. Text them until they're ready to talk to you, right? Ask them simple questions so that you can get a conversation flow happening on text. And then at some point they're going to say, hey, can we talk? And then you go from there. If you want seller leads, market a home that's sold. You see this property here is sold. That's the cheapest, fastest way of getting seller leads, right? And again, you've integrated your CRM. This says, hey, this home is sold. That affects your home value. Click here for a free home value. Boom. That is the easiest way. And I'm going to show you, actually, let's go back to the mastermind group. And let's go look at Brian. So Brian, by the way, you may not know this. My name is Vincent Meza, and I'm the one who sets up all the team accounts and brokerage accounts and partnerships, right? I set up Brian's office. He's with LPT. Well, that's a wrong button. And definitely trying to get his agents to adopt the platform. And he created this video, and I want to share it with you. This video he shared with us, but it's actually for his agents. He's trying to teach his agents, hey, this is what we're doing, right? We just did this with this listing. So he was teaching the agent how to run a sold ad, but you can, I don't know if you can blurry, but it says it's sold. And he said, but this home, it was really effective. He said, we generated 114 buyer leads from this one home in Texas, in Conroe, Texas, which is cool. 114 leads. Buyer leads cost $3 each. So that's about $350 in ad spend. Okay. He said, we converted 4 of those buyer leads. 4 people bought homes. And I'm pretty sure the commission on 4 home purchases in Texas is worth more than $350. So the ROI is right there, right away. Now, what he says is, yeah, we then flipped it to sold because we sold the home. And then I ran an ad on it again. And he said, I ran a $50 ad and we get a lead from it. Their lead cost was $4 a lead. And he said, we texted them right away. We started asking him questions. By 4 p.m. the same day, he wanted a phone call. And on that phone call, we closed a listing appointment to sell his home for $400,000 and to buy another home for $450,000. Okay. So $850 in volume from one $50 ad. So he creates this video. He's, guys, you got to use this. It's in your account. And I'll say the same to you. It's in your account. You just go in and create an ad on sold properties. Even if you sold something a month or 2 ago, you could do this. Or if you, let's say you're like this lady I was mentioning in Lake Worth, right? She wants to target Lake Worth. Maybe she hasn't sold anything in Lake Worth, but one of her colleagues in her office did. She could borrow that listing as long as it's okay with their rules. And she could run an ad on a sold property. And that's a great way of building out that farm market, right? And that's what I definitely recommend. If you're trying to build out a certain neighborhood and you don't have listings there, borrow listings that are for sale and borrow listings that are sold. Because if it's sold, we're going to create a nearby homeowner letter. And that letter is going to have all the call to actions that you can mail and get directly to that market. And that's what you should be doing, right? Tonica, hopefully that answers Veronica, follow-up boss. Yeah, so guys, a couple of you are asking the same question. If you go to your profile, now, if you're not a client, I'm just showing this to you. But when you sign up, we actually drop you right here and we say, hey, connect to social media auto posting. So this is all going to be connected. And then we say, connect your CRM, all in the first 5-minute setup wizard. So if you go through that, there's Sierra Interactive and there's Follow Up Boss. And you see a whole bunch of other ones. If you don't see yours here, hopefully your CRM has a forwarding email like, I don't know, Joe Schmo at followupbox.net. Then that's where you send leads to the CRM, and the CRM company will scrape them down and drop them in your CRM automatically. So check that out. If you don't Follow Up Boss and Sierra Interactive, we have APIs, but if your company is not on this page, usually they're going to have a lead forwarding email. And if they don't have that, I would cancel them. I would turn on our follow-ups. Like, we actually have drip campaigns that are effective and they are closing appointments and they have higher open rates than even KV Core. And KV Core is a super awesome CRM company. The question is, are people opening your email, and are they asking? And basically, if you look at these, we're offering them to download PDF guides and get free home values, and we're embedding our landing pages. So our drip campaigns have call to actions that are getting people closer to the transaction. Okay. There's another great section here that I haven't even mentioned, and that is social content. And so when you come here the first time, it's going to say, connect to your social media accounts. And guess what? Connect to your social media accounts. Now, she only connected to one, and that's Facebook. You should connect to Instagram. If you use Google My Business, connect to Google My Business. And even if you have a Twitter account and you don't use it, connect to it. Why would you do that? Because if you're connecting all of these accounts to our platform, anytime you get a listing, we're posting it with landing pages on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, and LinkedIn and Google. Okay. And in a listing presentation, these are 5 of the biggest social media accounts out there. And not many people can do all that. You don't have to tell them, hey, Listings to Leads does that for me automatically. But here you can decide how many days a week you want us to post. And then there's a bunch of topics. And I want to point these topics out. Remember those PDF guides I was saying that there are 80? We will post these throughout the year with text, with a photograph, and with a landing page behind it to capture leads for free. Now, she turned on all these things. I'm going to turn a few off because she's in Florida. I don't think she's operating in Canada. I'm just going to save this. So I see she doesn't have, I'm going to put in a couple here. And Linda, if you're on the call, this is going to affect your account real time. I'm going to put in living room. We'll do some success quotes. I'm going to do decks and patios. And you don't want to click all these things because, she does have a lot of these. Okay, got it. I see. Okay, we'll leave that alone. She picked a few of those. You want a few of the home design. Here's the thing. When I mentioned Google My Business, we have clients telling us the SEO on those Google business pages are increasing from our content in just a matter of a few months. We know from other clients that their Instagram networks are growing because people are liking our content and clicking to follow. And that's really what you want to do. You want to grow those networks, and you want to grow your SEO whenever possible. So turn this section on and use it. So we talked about PDF guides, talked about landing pages. We do have a cool page here for client reviews. So add your reviews here. I think you can import them from Google, and she doesn't have any in because I know she's new, but let me just show you the website. The website has all your reviews. She doesn't have her reviews. And so there, it has a marketing plan that you can download if you give us your contact info. It has all of your listings. So whether it's sold or an apartment or for lease or something for sale, if I click on any of these, I'm going to land on a section that's going to capture leads for me, right? This is all with your with your reviews embedded. Her reviews would be down here, but she didn't connect it. So she's new. She'll get this organized. And then lastly, it's ads. Okay. Now I want to remind you, and for those of you that are late, I'm going to send this to everybody one more time. This is our YouTube channel. And on this, where I have a class on Facebook and Google Ads, and you should watch that at least one time. And let me close. I have so many pages open now. If there are any questions, let me know. We're almost to the 10-minute mark before we got to say goodbye. So definitely, if you have questions, just lay them in there. So when you're here, you can create ads, right? For listings, for landing pages, and PDF guides. So all those things that we've been looking at. I want to point out two major things that we're working on right now that I think are super helpful. So we've been chatting here for about 15 minutes, and I'm sure half of your heads are spinning, right? Because I'm talking about all kinds of stuff and I'm jumping here and jumping there. I want to point out that there's a tab here that says training. And if you go to any day of the week, you can see that, oh, this is going to get me seller leads. This is going to get me buyer leads. This is going to get me buyer and seller leads. This is going to get me seller. You decide, you could just say, here's today, and I'm going to take 5 or 10 minutes and go through this. If I click on this, I can download the checklist, which is the things that I got to do. I can go look here. Here's a guide. Here's the instructions on how to do it. And then right here is how I go do the work, right? And that all gets us to this page right here, which is, we're working on this to make this more and more valuable. This is the dashboard. So I started on training, and that's where the calendar of daily events are, which I think you should all be looking there. But we drop you on dashboard as soon as you get here. So you can make a decision. Do you want buyer leads or do you want seller leads? And if you say either one, we're going to tee up all the assets that are ready for you. So if I want seller leads, I can create an ad. And this home is actually this is an ad that's already going. But if I click on Facebook here and I say, I want to do a listing ad, it's only going to show me the listings that are going to get me seller leads, which in this case is sold. Okay. And I can click create an ad, and it's going to write the ad for me. And I could just, boom, hit that. This is where I showed you that video from that guy here, Brian Mathewson. That's exactly what he did. He created an ad on a home that he had sold, and he gets a listing lead. And it's, like I said, 850 in volume. You can also, staying on this page, let's see here, generate seller leads. Let's see if I can get back there. You can also, let me refresh this. Sorry, guys. So if I go back to seller leads, you know that we can run ads on listings that are sold, but we can also run ads on landing pages, like free home value, like the Lake Worth one that I created, and PDF guides. You can also do this on Google. Google is a $30 a month add-on just to use the software. There's still an ad cost you got to have. I definitely recommend Google for more seasoned agents with a larger budget. It's that simple because these leads cost more and they're higher quality. Okay. Now you can also market sold homes and pending homes. So we have that teed up for you right here. And if I click on market listing, it takes us here. And now you know some of the top tools. Run an ad on a sold property. That's number one you got to do. Use a nearby homeowner letter. Maybe you don't want to do the letter. Maybe you want to do a sold postcard. We've got it all ready. Call to actions built in. And you got an e-flyer for your database. Remember when I said buy that list of homeowners with equity and you got it sitting in your CRM and you copy this, it says, hey, that home is sold. Now that's going to capture seller leads. Hey, that affects your home value. That's going to capture seller leads. Marketing the home that is sold is definitely the way to go. If you don't have a listing, you can market seller landing pages and you can market our PDF guides. And the same is true if you want buyers. You just click that one. I do want to point this out. This is a listing presentation. Download this, print this, because this is going to show you everything that you have available inside Listings to Leads. It's also the leave behind whenever you're on a listing presentation. And you remember how I said that in the mastermind group, this lady said, hey, I just got this listing and her name, let's go find her. She's right here. This is a mastermind group. Tell a support team to get you in. Angie actually said, yeah, I use your listing presentation. I want to show you one more thing in the mastermind group that I think is very powerful. I don't speak with every person that signs up with our company. I think 5 to 10 to 15 people sign up every day here. So I just don't have time for that. I set up the team accounts and the broker account, right? But I talk to agents just like I talked to Linda this morning. This lady, Amy, is really like a lot of other agents. She says, hey, I signed up a few months ago, haven't done a thing with it, considering canceling. I want to hear some success stories. What do you think? And we have success stories. This guy here says, hey, I've been a client since 2014. So that's 10 years, right? This has produced hundreds of thousands of dollars in my business. It's the core of my listing presentation. In my opinion, best monthly expense of my business. And definitely you're going to see other comments. I thought that was really outstanding. And what you hear is, yeah, I went away, I left. It's not until you learn how to use a system that it does anything. If you don't take time to understand what we do, we're just going to charge your credit card $60 a month. And that's not really a scalable business, right? We want you to use these tools. That's why we built this calendar. So if you want to do one of these things, you can. That's why we built the dashboard, to just tee it all up and make it super easy. You want buyers? Click there. You want sellers? Click on the other one. I asked for questions. Let's see if we got more. I have 4 Facebook accounts. How can when you connect, it's gonna say, hey, is this you, Alberto? And you click yes. And then the second page says, what business pages do you want? Just use the one that you want. Okay. Just ignore the other 3. Veronica, the leads will go directly in my CRM. And then I don't know what Veronica, you have. Oh, yeah, Follow Up Boss. Usually our leads have a field that says buyer or seller lead, and Follow Up Boss knows how to take that information and drop them into the appropriate drip campaign. If you want to do something else, I know Follow Up Boss is, our clients love the interaction between our leads and their CRM. So there may be more to Follow Up Boss than I know, right? Couple new things. If you have more questions, let me know. I want to tell you a couple of things that are coming. Well, one's live right now. So if we go to leads, there is AI text follow-up. And there's an added cost. Like, I can't remember what it is. Let's see, next. $50 for 50 leads. So I really recommend that. One, I don't know how long you've been with us. I think we often shock agents regarding how many leads they can capture with us. But I've actually spoken to agents who said, yeah, I got all these leads. I never follow up. I never do anything with them. I just don't, right? I don't know why she doesn't. I'm like, why are you generating leads if you're not reaching out to them? The point is, we have the conversion of leads in our platform, in the industry, is about 1%. We have teams and agents converting at 1 to 5%. That guy, Brian Mathewson, with 114 leads, that's about a 4% conversion. And one of those things is like texting really helps warm up that lead. This new AI text it's really great software that when we get the lead, we can really start the conversation and then we tee it up until they're ready for a phone call. If you're going to be focused on capturing a lot of leads to convert into business, I recommend that you look at that. If you're generating 20 leads a month, you don't need to work with your lead, right? Just text them yourself. But if you're doing a volume, because you know that a volume of leads is going to turn to a volume of dollars, you might want to use that. The other thing is, we're working right now on this follow-ups and lead section to make this like a CRM Lite, right? If you go over here to view the lead, you'll notice that you can add activities, right? And you can add a phone call, you can add an email. We're going to make this much easier to tee up your highest quality leads, and also what leads you just need to follow up. So whether it's buyer leads or seller leads. The nice thing about this, if you notice here, she's already on a drip campaign, right? Linda is sending out the automated follow-ups here, and you can already tell that this lady is opening letters. She's opening the messages, and that's great. So once this page is built out, and you can see up here, we can add a task, we can add an email, we can email. What is it? Oh yeah. So you can actually email directly out of this at one at a time. And I'm pretty sure we're not there yet, but we actually have a place where we'll give you the content preloaded so that you don't have to write your own email. You might have something that's ready, but you can actually log your emails. You can add a task, which is, hey, I need to call her or something like that. I'm not really even sure what this is being built out, but that reminds me of something that's also really new that is pretty cool. Let's go look down here. Let's see we looked at this together, and yeah, there's a new section And if you click edit, and I'm going to do that. Yeah, I'm going to do this right here. It says email sent, recommended email blast. Turn that on in your account. And I'm going to save that. And let me show you what it is. It's actually pretty cool. And it's going to get better. So these are emails that are already pre-written, right? Rates lowered, more buyers, time for sellers, right? Let's click on it. This is pre-written, and you can say, hey, I want to send this to all my buyers, all my sellers, or people that are related to that home, right? This is really awesome in a way for you to also work on your leads. I mentioned earlier, we've been doing this for 15 years. I can tell you there's no company out there that's capturing as many leads for our clients at this cost than Listings to Leads. And we're really happy to say that. Our next step and what we're working on here is to make this easier to get to. And that's what the dashboard here and the training thing is for. But also we're trying to make it easier to convert these leads into business. And that's why you need to keep an eye on what we're doing. Those emails are part of it. It won't take long for us to get those emails integrated on the leads page so that you don't have to come over here. You just say, oh, there's that lead. I want to send them an email. Bang. We're going to make it easier and easier to convert these leads into business. Get your listing presentation, get familiar with the dashboard, get familiar with this training calendar. If you're sitting around and you don't really have nothing to do, and I know agents are busy all the time. If you want buyers and sellers, hit this training calendar and see what it is that you want to do today. Let's see if there are any more questions. If not, I have Wise Agent, and you should be able to hook it up right where I showed you, Alberto, on the profile CRM integration. I use Wise Agent, really good. Those guys are great. So definitely do that. And I think that's it. I don't see any more questions. It's 12:01. If there are more questions, please let me know. This call is being recorded. It will be on the YouTube channel here. Don't forget to get our shorts, people, the short 1-minute videos. They're down here on the main page. I just think, most realtors have a 1-minute attention span. I think they can handle that. And that's what we're doing here. I'm being facetious. Instead of listening for 1 hour, get to the meat of the issue right here. And Scott's doing this. He's going to continue to do this. I know he says he wants to do 2 a day, but if he can do 1 a day, that's great too, because you're busy too. Lots of other stuff. Don't forget, if you need to see what other agents are saying, the reviews are up here and you can learn a lot. They're going to say, hey, this is what I'm doing. So let me resend this to everybody because I see a question coming in. And Tonica, I can't send this recording to you, but if you get this link and you save it, it's going to be on here. It's going to be on the videos page. So I sent that to everybody originally at the beginning of the call. And that's where all these recorded classes are on the videos page. So you can see that there. Everybody, I hope this helped you. Get in the mastermind group. If you have questions, you can email me. Our support team is great as well. If you need these flyers, you can email me at Vince@Listings2Leads. And also, if you need a team account or a broker account, you can email me as well. Do I have a list of videos I can do for the 30-day challenge? I would ask in the mastermind group. Actually, I don't. Let me look here. Maybe it's in the playlist. No, I don't see it. Follow-up ideas. Ask the mastermind ask Scott in the mastermind group, because I know he did that and I don't know. Tonica, you need a email account, Vince@Listings2Leads.com. I'll send my email to everybody right now. And if you need it, if you need the flyers, let me know. I don't get the video, but it'll be here. My email is there if you need it'll be on the YouTube channel shortly. Also, success stories are here. If you learn from other people, I could spend a class. He's saying, hey, here's my 13th listing in 2024 from just the Nearby Homeowner letter, right? This lady here, Bernadette's telling you what she did. Hey, I use a Nearby Homeowner letter, door knocked, got a listing. Lots of great ideas here. Check it out. That's the success stories down here. Definitely, I'd highly recommend them. All right. Thanks everybody for joining me. Have a great week. Tell support, get you in the mastermind group, and they'll send you a link to the YouTube channel as well if you need it. Appreciate you being here. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.